Now, Malik, we saw so much potential from this kid in 2021. We saw the flashes of what he can do because he is a big boy on the opposite end. Like, he is a big, imposing person.
He's huge.
He's huge.
He's huge.
And when he puts it together, he makes great plays. We saw, I think, Notre Dame, he had a great play. Last year's spring game, I also remember, like, he and Josh Burrell went back and forth and pressing because I think they were, like, one of the only, like, 4 receivers available. But McClain knows where he is supposed to be at this year. I think he is aware of what he needs to do to take that step forward. I think that Mike Norvell and Alex Atkins know that they need to scheme up plays for him. And just like a matter of like pretty much like this entire team, we know what needs to get done. We know what is capable from these players. But now, will Malik McClain be able to take like how Kevin Benjamin? Like, he really was not a presence in his first couple of years. And then in 2013, he broke out and finally like learned how to take advantage of like that huge body. So Malik McClain, second year in, has 2 springs underneath his belt, has a great rapport within the system, knows what's going on. Let's see if he can take that next step.
Yeah, and I think part of him taking that next step is kind of something you touched on a little bit, which is that consistency from him. If he can just put together consistent stretches, because there were points in last season where a few games here, a few games there, but then are also a few games where you're like, wait, is Malik McClain on this Florida State Seminoles team? I don't want to say he disappeared, but there were just some parts of this season where you're really questioning, where's that presence that we've been hearing so much about, that everyone's talking about, all these flashes we've seen. It truly was those little flashes. So I think part of that development for him moving forward is being a consistent player, is game in, game out, being that threat that can create opportunities for other players as well, because playing that kind of role that Malik's going to be playing, he's going to need to threaten defensive backs. He's going to need to scare defensive coordinators into bringing more coverage over to him so that it can open up the rest of the offense and it can really help the other guys out, because, being in that X receiver role, it's just so important for, the way the offense is structured, the way they want to go about what all they do. So I think for Malik, this is going to be a big year, but I don't know if he's going to quite take that jump yet. I think we're going to see more flashes. We're going to see more consistency. But I think next year is the year that we really are impressed by Malik McClain.